Happy birthday, America! Today we'll be reacting to the new Kentucky Ballistics video, breaking down the duty weapons of Kentucky state officers. I'm Yandere Neko, and I'm looking forward to learning about some firearms.
You're under arrest. Since when are you a state trooper? Since I
Cue the intro
at my
skit.
local thrift shop. Just because you found a hat does not mean you're a state trooper, Scooter. You will not talk to me like that. I am now a gray god, and you will respect my authority. You are under arrest. Oh yeah? For what? For making stupid videos. Well, you do have a point.
Fun fact, you cannot be arrested for making stupid videos.
But you gotta catch me first.
Granted, I'm a law school dropout, so don't take my legal advice.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Quit! Hey! Don't twist! Got your hat? Ow! State trooper! More like a state pooper! Hey, come back! They didn't give me any keys for these! Scott!
That's kinky.
Not anymore! What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And today I have a very special video for you. We are going to check out all of the sidearms that the Kentucky State Police has been issued throughout the years. This has taken a while to get together, and I am very excited to show it to you. So let's go get set up and get started.
Table flip! Table flip!
Dang it!
Didn't land. It didn't land.
So some of you may not know this, but
Well,
I used to be
that's
a Kentucky
very
State
disappointing.
Trooper. I started my law enforcement career around 2012.
I wanted
was
a table
local
flip.
officer, and then I went on to be a Kentucky State Trooper. And then in 2019, I got out of law enforcement altogether to pursue other passions. But I'll always be a state trooper at heart.
That's the dream, being a gun tuber. Well, maybe one day,
And I will still always be fascinated with the history
Still
of the
young,
Kentucky
I
State
got
Police.
my,
and today,
I got
what we're going
time.
to be talking about, the sidearms of the Kentucky State Police.
Ooh,
and over
shiny.
the years, they have had a lot of different sidearms. And the first one that I have for you today is a Smith & Wesson 686.
Ooh.
So first of all,
That's
I
a
do
nice
not believe that
gun.
these were this shiny when they were issued. This one has definitely been polished up or something. But this is an authentic Kentucky State Police Smith & Wesson 686 chambered in .357 Magnum, and you can see there it has the Kentucky State Police logo on the side.
Now that's an actual nice
barrel and holds 6 rounds and is
That's a nice
absolutely
detail.
beautiful. So beautiful that I probably will not shoot this gun today. It's going to have a stunt double. I really don't want to get this thing dirty. From what I understand, this was the issued firearm for the Kentucky State Police up until about 1990, and then they switched to a semi-automatic. So what I am most interested in today is to see what the ballistics would look like out of these firearms with the ammunition that they were issued at the time. Now, personally, I would probably be carrying some Underwood ammo, but for the historic value of this video, we are going to be using the ammunition that they would have been issued at the time.
That is
We're
a
gonna take
real
shot
nice
at some
detail.
10% clear ballistic gel blocks made by Clear Ballistics.
Getting
if my
excited
sources
for the
are correct,
testing.
The ammunition that was issued with the model 686 were Remington .357 Magnum 125 grain jacketed hollow points. All right, here we go.
Ooh, the nice little ripple of the gel. Dang, look at that impact bubble. Let's try to... Yo, that is cool. It just sort of tears into that jelly.
Well, for one, it is very hot today, and this gel is melting to this table. So let's take a look at our results. We stopped in the first block. Oh, look at this here. Oh, man.
Ooh.
We actually had quite a bit of expansion, and that is a pretty good wound channel.
That is an impressive amount of just like energy coming out of that round.
We continued on almost through the entire
bullet.
16-inch block. There we go. That is not too bad. There is not much left of that round, and that is because we delivered a lot of energy, and it looks like a lot of that round broke up in the first bit of that block.
Add break.
You know what? I love my 511 backpack, but you know what I don't love about it? It doesn't have an American flag patch. But that's okay because right now...
I put anime gold patches on my tactical gear. But that's just me.
You can celebrate the Stars and Stripes and get a free USA flag patch when you purchase any 511 bag. This is online or in-store, and it's good until July 5th.
Can I actually show the ads on my own video?
Get them while supplies last. Use my link in the description down below. Buy any
I'm
bag
not a
and
lawyer.
get a US flag. Again, a big thank you to 511 for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. So the Kentucky State Police carried the 686 up until
no, let's not dwell on
and then
that
they switched
fact.
to a semi-automatic handgun.
I'm
and the
sure
one
it'll be fine.
picked was a Smith & Wesson 1076.
What is this heresy? They aren't using the 1911. My two world wars. Like, memes aside, I am kind of a fan of the 1911, even though it is sort of,
And this thing is pretty ridiculous.
There's
because
better
it's
options
chambered in
than single
10 millimeter. This particular firearm does not have the KSP markings. I have had a very hard time.
I'd actually be interested in seeing the 10 millimeter test. This will be an interesting one.
Official Kentucky State Police 1076. Apparently, they're an absolute unicorn. But this is what they would have been carrying. It just does not have the markings. This has a 4.25-inch barrel and holds 9 rounds of 10 millimeter. So my firearm does not have the
single stack? That is disappointing. Only 9 rounds.
ASP logo on it, but the ammunition I have today does.
I suppose 9's better than a 6-shooter, but if he said that he was replaced in the 90s, that's still pretty an outdated magazine.
This is an original box of 10 millimeter that KSP was issued when they were carrying the 1076.
Now that is cool.
Master cartridge, and you can see on the side here, you have the KSP logo, and this is 10 millimeter auto. So these are 180 grain gold dot hollow points, and on the back here, you can see that it says KSP 10 millimeter auto.
That is
most
cool.
People would probably never shoot this because this is 50 rounds of original ammunition, but I am very excited to see how these perform.
Yeah, that's like belongs in a museum almost.
Here we go.
Ooh, that is nice ripple from the ballistic gel. Oh. Dang, looks like it pierced even further than the 357 round.
We made it through the entire first block, and then we stopped in the second block.
Oh, it's just at the little...
Looks like we made it into that block just about an inch, and then the round got sucked back out of there. And it expanded really well.
Ooh, 10 millimeters got
Check
picked
that
from
out.
the looks of it.
We definitely had some good energy transfer, but we also had a lot of penetration. So from the looks of this test, I would say that the
He said penetration.
model 1076 would have been a good swap because you had more rounds and better performance. So KSP carried the model 1076 from 1990 to about the early 2000s. And around that time, they went from Smith & Wesson to Glock. They swapped to a Glock 35 chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. So this Gen 4 Glock 35 is very special to me because this was my actual duty weapon when I was KSP. I was issued this in the academy and I carried this one the majority of my career. This has a 5.3-inch barrel. As you can see there on the front, we have the KSP logo. On the top, you have the slide cutout, and this thing holds 15 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson. So when I was lugging
Now
this
we're
thing
actually
around,
getting
I
into
was
like
issued
double
40
stacking
Smith & Wesson
tags.
Spear Gold Dot 180
Actually,
grain jacketed hollow points. And a little fun fact for you, I was top of my class in firearms training. I shot 100%, but there is one cadet out there who would try to tell you otherwise, but I know that I am the reason that you can't sleep at night, Brad. Okay.
That was a really intimate close-up of Kentucky Ballistics. We are all different from this experience.
Hey, settling the debate once and for all. 40 Smith & Wesson versus 10 mil.
Oh, actually, wait, it's only 40? Shoot. I did not hear. I thought we were going, it was I assumed it would be 9mm, but yeah, 40 is decent.
Oh, would you look at that?
Definitely did not pierce as
10
much
millimeter
as the...
went a little bit further than the 40 Smith & Wesson, but we still had really good performance. So we have
Yeah, I was
10
gonna
mil right
assume
here.
the 10 mil
And then
was
this
gonna...
is the 40 Smith & Wesson. They are very, very similar. Oh, that's actually
Yeah.
it's looking pretty good. Yeah, that expanded real nicely. So the Glock 35 was carried from the early
That is
2000s,
cool.
and then around 2018, KSP swapped from that to 9mm. Now the current issue
Okay,
from 2000
now we're getting into 9mm. Although I'm not a fan of 9mm, too small, frankly.
2018 to present is a Gen 5 Glock 17.
I mean, I gotta shoot both the 9 and 45 when I got trained at Jefferson County. I took a firearm like safety course at Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, so
Chambered in
shot
9mm.
both.
If my
I
sources
prefer
are
the
correct,
45
ammunition
more,
that is
but
issued with this firearm is Spear Gold Dot G2.
now that is heresy that we have not seen 45 yet.
These are 9mm, 147 grain. Let's see how they perform compared to our other ammunition.
I'm assuming it's gonna be less penetration. A lot less force on entry. Oh, that actually penetrated further than I thought it would.
Looks like
I am
the 9mm
genuinely surprised.
penetrated further than all of our other rounds. Went further than the 357, the 40 Smith & Wesson, and the 10 mil. You can see right here.
I was not
Actually, got even
expecting
better view
that.
through here. You have a pretty clear view there of all of the wound channels, and you can see that the 9mm has went the furthest. There it is right there.
The gel was
That's actually beautiful.
in a very
Check that out.
sus shape, that's all I'm gonna say.
It's actually beautiful.
The forbidden hold!
There it is right there.
That was a very
wow.
childish joke.
That's
I shouldn't have made
actually
it.
beautiful.
Oh, well.
Check that out. That is a mean looking little round. So I would argue that the 357 Magnum and the 10mm are probably going to be delivering a more energy, but it looks like the 9mm wins when it comes to penetration. So that was all the
You said penetration.
KSP sidearms that were issued and are currently issued. And when it comes to duty weapons, most agencies are packing Glocks, Smith & Wessons, SIGs, and things like that. But some agencies have been trying out something that's a little more slick. This is a Staccato 2011P. From what I understand, around 16
Bonus
agencies
gun.
have swapped to these, and I can see why. This thing is smooth as butter and basically has every bell and whistle you can think of. You have a complete metal frame and slide. You have a flared mag well, a bull barrel. It's optics ready. There are so many things to talk about on this gun that I just don't have time to. And honestly, I don't want to because I've never shot one of these before, and I just want to get right to that.
I could fall asleep to that sound right there.
Today I
That
also
sound
have
is
this to try
beautiful.
out, a Staccato
Ping, ping,
2011
ping.
XC, and as you can see, it has a pretty sweet comp on the top. Let's see how this one does. So today I have tested out
Pure
357
music.
Magnum,
Pure music.
9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, and 10mm. I have to say, I really like 10mm. And if I had to pick a 9mm, I would want something that is extra large. So next I'm gonna try out this Staccato 2011 XL. This thing also has all the bells and whistles, but it's just a little bit bulkier.
The pinwheel target. Always wanted to shoot one of those. Just looks so fun how it, yeah. Because we all know the #1 rule in gun safety is to have fun. That is not true. The #1 rule is always treat your weapon like it's loaded and ready to fire. #2 is have fun.
The only problem with this gun is it doesn't have unlimited ammo. So all jokes aside, if I was gonna start the Kentucky Ballistics Law Enforcement Agency and
I'd sign up.
I had to pick a firearm for my sidearm, you know, I'd probably have to go with a 500 Magnum.
Let's go!
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I definitely had a lot of fun making it. What was your favorite duty weapon? Let me know in the comment section down below.
500 Smith & Wesson.
Also be sure and check me out on all other social media platforms. Links to those can be found in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com, just in case you want to pick up a shirt.
Fuck that table.
And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics, and I'll see you next time.
Alright, well, thanks for, clicking on my channel and watching. If you liked my commentary, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't, please comment. Helps with the algorithm. And, happy birthday, America!